Many things in the body is also caused by something more deeply that many times we are not aware of. Not in the body will not heal from any autoimmune, any physical issue, anything. You have to be in the body. Many things in the body is also caused by something more deeply that many times we are not aware of. So embodiment help us to get in touch more deeply with this cause, the cause of it. It's going to show you right away. I access it was revealed to me in my own body quite quick, why I got the autoimmune disease that I have. And it was, the seed was when I was 6 months old with my diaper changing thing. The unconscious mind, or you can call subconscious mind, is still in this protective way, and it's using the body to protect. And in this work, we talked a lot about the nervous system last time, because the fight, flight, freeze, that how this tightens and this and that. And in this work, we also work with the fascia. And people used to think the fascia was just the muscles. Muscle has a fascia around. Everybody used to think in this way. So now, and in fact, there were not much, there was not much research or scientific studies about the fascia. In fact, I saw a doctor talking that when they were studying the organs, they would remove all the fascia around that organ to study the organ. But what they now know is without the fascia, they can't study the organ, because the organ works more properly or not properly according to the situation of the fascia. So the fascia is this connective tissue that is holding all your body there inside. So imagine if you don't have fascia, the organs would all go down. They would all fall here, right? It's gonna drop everything, and nothing is holding anything. Why your lung is where it is, why your stomach is where it is, why this is where it is. So you have this connective tissue holding everything. So all organs have also around them connective tissue. Your eyes have connective tissue. Your bone has fascia around every single thing. So now started to have talking about probably fascia is around every cell. I don't have scientific base for that. That's just what I heard. But one research that was done and was measured, and it was June of last year, which for me was amazing, is the fascia. They also know that you have fluidity, you have the matter, but also you have light. And now they could measure the light that is emitted by fascia. So some people say, who knows more about fascia, says fascia is the consciousness in the body, because the fascia releases light. And for me, this was very interesting. The reason I'm saying this is because many times here, when you are more present and when I'm working with people, when you go deeply into a pain, but you're being real with yourself toward that pain, light comes out of you. It's like, and sometimes I always remember this client who used to sit on her couch during the session, and not only herself, her couch got light around, and I'm like, where is this light coming from? Was always for me like, so light is something that many times comes out and people can see people. And when we do, maybe one day we're going to do one in-person retreat together. I have done many times before in New York, and people have never seen anything. They're like, what is this light I see around people? What is that? Because we are more present. Our presence, that's why it can be called light, has light. And now they measure that the fascia does release light. I have this as a, let me put in here, scientific research. It's new, they're still studying. Another thing discovered not long ago is that our fascia shrink 1 centimeter, which is like almost a little bit less than half an inch, every 5 years, I think. Every 5 years. Then in terms of age, it's going to be easier to, when I work with young people, it's easier for them to soften and release because the fascia is more open, less dry. That's why we have to drink water also. Move, we need to move because the movement helps the fascia to be hydrated also, and less tight, less rigid. So as time passes, we are also tightening up. But that's because they do not know we have this work. Okay, so another thing discovered recently, that is a scientist in Germany who studies deeply about fascia. He was saying, and now I don't remember the numbers, but 250 million cells. I don't know, there's millions numbers of cells in the fascia now they discover has sympathetic nervous system cells. The sympathetic nerve cells are also in the fascia. And that's why the fascia constrict and tighten when we get stressed. And last week I was talking about stress, how important it is for us to have more capacity to deal with difficulties, to connect with this part of us that is deeper and has more equanimity and tolerance to capacity, let's say, more capacity, more space, so that we can handle more difficult situations from a better place instead of tighten. Okay, so that's all why we need to be in the body, because the real self, your authentic self, is in your body. It's not only a mental idea, and you cannot experience fully if you only connect from this. And I'm going to tell you, all this represents the whole body, as I have been showing and telling. This was a revelation I had. I call revelation because it was shown to me how the whole head corresponds to the whole body, but also the senses, the five senses, your auditory sense, that's here in your head. Guess what? You're being born, you're already, here. So you are seeing the world is where your eyes, the world, the vision, taste, and smell, everything is here. And the skin is everywhere, but it's also here. Hand to close these senses to diminish the impact of life. If life is too much, if it's too much noise, I will tighten my ear because I don't want to hear all that. And there is no way I can diminish the impact if I don't constrict my body. My body is my instrument of living, isn't it? How you know you're alive here? Is your body here? Right? It's not only your mind, right? A lot of work with the mind, but especially coaching, I like to work with everything. The mind, the body, the emotions, the energetic side, everything, because that helps us to integrate more and be one. And that's, that one is who we really are. And we already experience here and there little change, little shifts that you have more capacity.